So it's Father's Day. We got Emilio back there. Can you see him? I don't know. He's hiding. Going to a car meet. Back I bought a 2017 Chevy SS, and I did that because it was a good deal. Somebody hit me up. They said they had one for $6,500. They bought it from the tow yard, wrecked in Richmond. It was wrecked pretty bad. It looks like it was already salvaged, and somebody left it at the tow yard, like maybe they got in an accident, left it at the tow yard. But it was 20,000 miles and it was manual. So I was like, to find a manual Chevy SS, kind of rare. So I'll take the hit. So I bought it. Motor and tranny are right here. The motor belongs to my buddy Turtle. We're going to put it in a 62 Impala. But for now, I'm going to put it in my new project to get it smogged and everything ready to go. I want to bar it for a manual car so I can legitly smog it. So I bought that car and I was looking at like, what am I going to do with this thing? Then I was like, you know what? Save every wire, the dash, everything. Save everything that you can, because I had bought a automatic white one. Now this one's a 2014 Chevy SS. It has a 17 front bumper and hood, as well as the brakes and stuff. But I had bought this from my buddy Tommy for a good deal, and my goal was to manual swap this. At the time, I had a G8 that was manual, 408 stroker, and a blower. That was my goal. Manual Chevy SS, 408 stroker, and a blower. I never did it. My girlfriend wanted this one since like 2014. When these things first came out, she's like, I want a white Chevy SS. So I was like, what can we do so that you can keep that? We had found a 69 Camaro roller, and I was like, I want that. Buy that 69 Camaro roller, you can have this. So she got this for a smoking good deal. Obviously I sold that roller and I ended up with a 69 convertible now. But I've always wanted to do a Chevy SS 4-door drift car. So that was my thing, was to get one. My buddy Wes hit me up and he was like, hey, one of my buddies is selling a roller. Do you want it? And I was like, financially, can't afford it. Him and my buddy Drew said, we'll grab it and we'll work it out. So this is the new project, and I obviously filmed some videos earlier in the backyard before I got it in here, so you guys will see those. So I had changed the tie rod from the parts I had from the 17 SS that was wrecked. I had one good tie rod here. This whole section on the driver's side was broken. So the knuckle and everything was broken, bent. So I have it on there. I put 2 tires in the back because the tires in the back were flat. The back end of this thing is toast. There's a lot of parts in the trunk of it. I also, well, actually, I'm gonna need the radiator stuff because the 17SS was wrecked pretty hard in the front. It was also wrecked hard on the whole side, so this whole side is destroyed. And I have all the doors for the side, so you guys can see that as also. This was the back bumper to the 17SS that was wrecked. So he has a hole there. I don't know why I kept it, so I'm glad I kept it. Probably gonna have to replace this panel, this whole quarter panel over here. Find somebody who's parting one out, chop it like around here. Change out this whole quarter panel because it has a lot of body work. I don't know, I'm gonna leave it up to my dad, see what he thinks. Maybe it's easier just to fix this one since all the damage is mostly already out. All that's underneath, so I really don't care if you're not gonna see any of that, you know? Obviously the trunk and stuff we're gonna try to keep. We're just gonna have to take all this crap off, get new lights. I was asked in a previous video, what are all the parts you have laying around? I have extra doors for a GTO. Anytime I see parts for the GTO on Craigslist or Facebook, I tend to buy them because I know the car's gonna get wrecked. So I have a blue door that was on my car. Then my old doors that were wrapped camo, plus the doors that are on my car that used to be black that I bought. That hood came on the Ute, my El Camino hood, because I have an SS hood on it. Then I have spare parts like subframes and a trunk lid, a gas tank, the old carpet, small stuff like that. Over here, I have more subframes from a GTO. Again, we tend to hit stuff a lot, so stuff gets bent, so I need to make sure I have parts on sitting there. I have the diff that came out of the Ute, exhaust from the 17SS, the front cradle from the 17SS. That's pretty much it. It's pretty much just trash of parts that I have laying around. Probably need to clean some of it up. But GTO's back there, not getting any love. I probably should cover it. The Ute supercharger gets here coming soon. 64 Impala doesn't get much love. I need to get to that though. And the Camaro. I bought it as a daily, but unfortunately it needs a lot of work. Suspension wise, paint wise. Again, I probably should cover this as well. But like all this little stuff bugs me, so I have to fix all this before getting it going, you know. There's a cracked dash, change that out, get the exhaust back on it, get a tune. I mean, technically it could be drivable. It is a nice car. Probably just paint the hood and just get it going for now, just so I can get to work with it. But I honestly wait for this thing, man. 4 doors, 4 buckets, and a cage. Just imagine that. 4 people, windows down, having a blast in there. And we gotta make sure that the audio system is on point, you know? So we have it in the garage. Let's take a better look at this thing. Don't know if I'm gonna keep it blue. I kinda wanna leave it blue just so I don't have to do the door jambs. But the whole car is scratched. Looks like somebody did an insurance job on this thing. I'm not exactly sure. There's a fat dent in here. Good thing is you can't feel it with your fingernail. I mean, if I was very lucky, they could probably buff it out. No, some of these you can, I don't know. That would be insane if you can buff that out. But like this right here, it's crazy because you can't really feel them with your fingernail. Might be easy just to respray it the same color. Color's pretty cool. Color on some cool wheels, like some cool silver or blue wheels. Do you want to do the Maverick Man tail lights? So you see they glued this on completely wrong, but I think it's a good platform to start on because it's rolling. All of the main components are there that I need body-wise, because that's really all I need, body and seats. Everything else I have from a 17 Chevy SS. And I have the paperwork to that 17 Chevy SS still. So yeah, they pulled the motor and training out. They kept that. Obviously, that's probably why they bought the car. Seats are not in bad condition, but I have all of the wiring and stuff for the 17 Chevy SS. I have this back panel. I, for whatever reason, don't have a headliner, but I'm sure it won't be too hard to find one. I have these side panels. I need a back glass. I need this quarter panel fixed. But my goal right now is, and I need a door. My goal right now is to get that motor in there. Get that motor in there. Get it running. Everything besides this quarter panel. Get the rest of the car functioning. And when it's functioning, I could take it to my dad, see what we do about paint, or maybe a wrap company wants to sponsor the wrap, do the body work on that quarter panel, obviously primer it, fix the small dents like here, here, and yeah, we'll figure it out. And my goal is to get it running as stock again, get it running, be able to drive it on the street for a little bit, and then tear into it, reach out to some of my sponsors, tear into it, coilovers, angle kit, 4 bucket seats. Of course, we're going to throw some status seats in there. Status seats, detachable wheel, all the good stuff. A cage, full cage, 4 buckets. I'm going to have to do a fuel cell since the gas tanks are underneath the seats. So in order for them to fit the buckets, there's going to have to do a fuel cell, which that won't be too hard. There's a mess in there of parts. That won't be too hard because there's a plastic or fiberglass bucket here for the spare tire. So we'll get rid of that and mount the fuel cell in there. I also have a 391 gear diff that I was always saving for, again, this one. We're going to throw that in this with the manual box, and yeah, can't wait. So I've been trying to keep it a secret because it's going to be pretty cool, you know? I can't wait. This is kind of what I've been wanting to build. I'm going to try to keep it NA, but, you know, if Vortec has a kit and they want to make something to work for this, then we'll probably throw a Vortec on there. I'm hoping it doesn't turn out to be like the GTO, but if it does, I won't be too mad because this is a car that I plan on driving on the streets. I want to be able to pull up with all my friends, 4 buckets in a cage, with a good sound system and AC, having a blast, you know?